Oh my god, you would not have believe the problems I've had with this goddamn like crayon, right? Which is what I use to use a Logitech crayon, not an Apple Pencil. Apparently the tip's loose and it falls off, and it's like super maddening. I had to like put it off. I was like freaking out, like, oh, I can't make these videos like I used to, but whatever. Anyway, so we're back here. So we're talking about personality and its effect on criminal behavior. And when we think about like personality, there are a couple things that we're talking about, right? So one part is definitely your emotions. So emotions, how they can affect you, right? So we're going to be obviously looking at the effect of anger, depression, uh, sadness. If you're happy, if you're able to show remorse and guilt, and so on. And a different segment looks at behavior patterns. And so when we think about behavior, we're going to be thinking about so actions you do, or, so if someone is on time, or hardworking, or if they are, kind to one another. So each of these things are fallen into a general psychological kind of personality focus on this, right? And so when we think about the influence of these behaviors, right, we know that these emotions have an effect on us, right? One of the things that happen, right, is that there are some people, let's say, that are quick to anger, right? And so, you can imagine, right? Like, there are some people, right? If this is like a pot and this is their head, they have hair over here. This doesn't show up as well, right? A lot could happen, and this water is kind of calm, right? We look in and we're like, okay, it's pretty quick. Maybe someone's being rude to them, maybe someone's being calm, but, they're otherwise fine. And then there are some people who, if we look inside this pot, the slightest thing, and it turns into this red, angry, blur kind of thing, right? And we know that people react differently to that. And we also know that in any given moment, what ends up happening, our emotions can control us. More than we're controlling them, really, which can be unfortunate and sometimes, right? Because these are, very powerful things. At the same time, we also know that a lack of emotion or feeling is also powerful. So if you feel nothing, you feel no empathy, you don't feel remorse, right? It is sort of empowering, right? Because you're numb to other people. You're numb to how something else feels. You don't feel anything like that. Whereas if your emotions are powerful, right, you can demonstrate empathy, you can demonstrate sadness and remorse, but at the same time, it can result in lashing out onto people. So we'll talk a little bit more about emotional aspects that affect people, how we look into that, what kind of traits and stuff that we see, and how this impacts other people's lives. So until then, I'll see you guys in the next video.